What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Chop and Brew. I am Chip Walton. Good to see you again. This is not an official episode, rather this is kind of an update, a mid-episode update. I know it's been a minute since our last episode. Holidays are kind of getting out of control. Day job's getting a little out of control. So I wanted to drop a quick update and just let people know where things are with Chop and Brew at the moment. We're sitting pretty. We're about 11,000 subscribers on YouTube in less than 2 years, which is just humbling and amazing, overwhelming. 5,000 likes on Facebook. A couple thousand on Twitter. I know social media is not everybody's thing, so I wanted to post a video for YouTube more than anything to let people know some updates and what's going on. So real quick, the agenda for this mini episode update is going to be a look at some new merch, which we've worked really hard on getting in-house before the holidays, and a look at some episodes that are coming up, some brew and some chop, also known as Chop and Brew, and a couple other pieces of news. First and foremost, we got some merch for the crew of Chop and Brew for the holidays. We got t-shirts. You've seen these in some episodes already. Black t-shirt, white logo, all sizes. If the size you're looking for is not there, please email me at the contact chopandbrew@gmail.com. We'll make sure we get one ordered, but don't slip on that. Brand new for the winter 2014, we got Chop and Brew beanies, y'all. Keep your dome warm during your brew session or your chop session. These are the black text only logo. They say Chop and Brew on a nice gray beanie, nice and tight to keep you warm during the winter months. Speaking of temperature control, keep your pint glass cool and the beer within nice and cool and protected from being light struck with the new Chop and Brew pint glass koozies. Chop and Brew logo on two sides, the website on the bottom. I'd show you, but I'd end up tipping a beer all over myself. These are sharp stocking stuffers. Don't forget, we also got the Chop and Brew stickers. These things are perfect for decorating your carboys, keezers, kegs, buckets, just about anything. And also decorate yourself with the new mini buttons, Chop and Brew mini buttons. These things are awesome. Circular stamp design. They kind of look like a bottle cap. But the piece of merchandise I'm possibly most proud of at the moment, and I didn't even make it, but I just love having them, is the Chop and Brew cutting board. These things are beautiful. These are handcrafted by my friend and co-worker Tyler Ostlund. He's a home brewer and woodworker that lives in Minneapolis. These beauties measure 11 inches by 15 inches. They're made of black walnut and maple and hand seared with the brand new knife only Chop and Brew brand logo. These things are hardwood. They're going to hold up for a long time. I send along a quick sheet of care and maintenance tips to help you keep it alive for years to come. It's got a nice little juice gutter going on for all your tomato juices and whatnot to not slide out onto your counter, but I'm very proud of these. So check out chopandbrew.com, click on shop or online superstore. I can't even remember what it says at the moment, but hopefully it's very clear where you should go. We want you to hook the brewers and the choppers in your life up, or just hook yourself up, man. You deserve it. Your purchase of Chop and Brew merchandise directly supports and benefits the show. We're hoping to maybe step up our budget and actually get some lighting equipment and some new video equipment, and it would also be awesome to set kind of a monthly budget so we could do some more road trips. Right now the road trips are pretty much based on who's willing to put us up on a couch and kind of help pay for us to get there. We'd like to make it to where we go to the stories that we find interesting within homebrewing on a monthly or bi-monthly basis. So your support and your orders are seriously appreciated when it comes to merchandise. Speaking of holidays, one thing that I want to remind people of is, so P. Barry, as we explained in that episode of P. Barry's 1000th batch, he recorded these two awesome Christmas songs back in the day in Austin, Texas. The Reindeer Song and Christmas Time in Austin. We have those posted as a lanyap. I want you to share those with your friends, man. These are really great songs, blast from the past. We're going to post those underneath this little update episode, or you can go look for them on the lanyap page at chopandbrew.com. But P. Barry, man, keeping spirits bright. So enough with the Chop and Brew infomercial. What's going on with the episodes? As far as things that are already shot, we've got 2 episodes coming up next out of Pittsburgh. I took a trip there last month or 2 months ago in October. The first of which is about a homebrew tasting festival called Brewing Up a Cure. It's essentially like a craft beer festival, but it's all home brewers. Hundreds of people turn out for it. It's the 8th year it's been going on. It's put on by true Three River Underground Brewers. Super cool event. That's going to be good stuff. Coming up after that, the next day while I was in Pittsburgh, Jack and Jess Smith were nice enough to put me up, so we went ahead and did a brew day episode, full brew day episode. They brewed a Doppelbock, also called a Choppelbock, inspired by Michael Dawson. So this beer is called the Choppinator. It is a single decocted all-day brew session with true members and trash, which is a Three Rivers alliance of serious home brewers. A little joint brew session. They're brewing that for a competition that is in summer 2015. So we're brewing a big double lager in order to age for a year before being entered. That's good stuff. After that, I've been sitting on some video for almost a year and a half now called Heat Wave Saison, in which I brewed a Saison brew in a bag style, fermented it at ambient temperatures in my 95-degree garage just to see if it's true that Saisons can be pushed into the mid and upper 90s, and you'll find out how that went. There are other brew day episodes coming up, but we've also finally worked in some chop. We're going to talk about making salsas at home. Elsa and I are from Central Texas, where the salsa was plentiful and awesome. We moved to Minnesota, where it wasn't so much, so we had to learn how to make our own salsa. We've come up with some pretty good processes for red and green salsa. Whether or not you can find good salsa where you live, or if you just want to bring the process in-house and make it as spicy or as garlicky as you want, Elsa and I have some tips on making green and red salsas at home. Booyah! What you know about Booyah? This is a large-scale cooking at its greatest. 75 gallons of vegetables and meat in a large cast iron cauldron. The prep takes days. The cooking itself is an overnight event with plenty of beer and other foods. So we're going to look into the history of what makes a good booyah and the joy of cooking a booyah. Making turkey stock at home. Thanksgiving just passed. After we were done with our turkey on Thanksgiving, we totally did what we do every year, and we made an awesome turkey stock in our roaster pan, so I documented that along the way. We're going to show you how the Waltons make up a turkey stock that can be used in coming months for soups or sauces or what have you. You know, we get tons of ideas from fans, and it's true, as with Brewing TV, it's true with Chop and Brew. There's just more ideas than time, but we're trying to get to all of them. The one thing that people have asked for is an update on the Belgian Dark Strong Ale episode from the way back with Dawson Brewing and me and Ted hanging out. Unfortunately, it's one of 2 pieces of footage or 2 days of footage that have just totally disappeared. Dawson and I got together last January on my birthday of 2014 in January. The only thing to show for it is this little still that I took, where I took a picture of the actual video camera viewer screen. It's a shame that we lost that, but thankfully Dawson still has all 4 versions of the beer. So there's a control group, there's a control batch. There's a batch that was on cherries. There's a batch that was infused with Wuling Mountain tea, and there's a batch with the buggy wood sticks in it. So we're gonna sit down with him and a special guest or 2 and do tasting notes on what happened to that. We're gonna hook up with Steve Piatz, the author of the Complete Guide to Making Mead. He's also a fellow Homebrew Club member here in the Twin Cities. He's gonna teach us about making, blending, and aging mead in the new generation school. The new school of generation. Anyway, the new way of kind of looking at making mead. The guy lives close to me, so we're gonna hook that up. We're also going down to Shakopee, Minnesota to go into RAR Malting Company, one of the biggest maltsters in the world. We're gonna see the process of malting, malting barley. We're going to talk about the importance of malt, the history of malt, how malts is the new hops, if you ask me. What I really want to do is the Chop and Brew Homebrew Club has won a lot of medals in the last 2 years since we started this thing. So I'm going to try to visit club members and brew with them their medal award-winning beers or their best of show award-winning beers. I think that's kind of what the fans are clamoring for more than anything, is just getting back into the home brewery, brewing these beers, sharing the recipes, and talking about it. And in 2015, I really want to start this series of kind of round table videos where it's not so much about brewing and getting tons of video and waiting forever to put it out, but sitting 3 or 4 homebrewers down, Dono, Brian, myself, Dawson, Paynes, some other guests, and we'll pick a topic and we'll just kind of discuss them, because I know that more than a brew day and the activity and the entertainment, a lot of fans just kind of want that information, and watching a video is a little easier than digesting an article or a book. So we're going to sit down, we're going to talk about topics. If you have a topic you'd like to see discussed, email me, chopandbrew@gmail.com. We'll see how many of those we can get to, or post them on Facebook and Twitter. This year I was lucky enough to also go to London and Yakima Valley with my day job, my full-time job at Summit Brewing Company. I'm hoping to dual purpose some of that video as Chop and Brew, or at least let you all know when those videos have finally been edited and released, because there's some really good stuff from both of those locations. I'm very lucky that like my passion project and my day job just put me in these very unique situations for learning more about craft beer and homebrewing. So I hope to share more of that with all of you. Speaking of Summit Video, youtube.com/Summit Brewing Company. When I'm not obsessing about Chop and Brew, I'm obsessing about Summit Video, and there's a lot of good knowledge and information that I do in the Summit videos, and there's also getting to be a lot more food in the last, say, half year. We're kind of working the food component in. So please go subscribe to that. Support Chip Walton on a whole other level. If you like my video work in general, you're going to like what I got going on over there. The last really big piece of news, besides tons of episodes coming up in the future months and years and merchandise, is your boy Chip Walton's going to be running for the AHA's governing committee coming up in the next round of elections. So I'd appreciate your vote. We'll definitely let you know on social media and in a video when the ballot is public, and you can vote for old Chap Wilton to help represent homebrewing not only on a national scale but on a worldwide scale. I don't really think much of myself as a homebrewer, but I would like to think that the people I've met, the things I hear, the access I have to fans all over the world for the last 5 or 6 years through my various jobs put me in a good position to help represent. So I'm not on a soapbox, just say I would appreciate your vote, man. So I'll let you know when that's going on. So tons of episodes, tons of merchandise. Get your orders in if you're trying to buy something for yourself or for your loved chopper and or brewer before the holidays, and we'll try to get this stuff out as soon as possible. Man, until then, thank you so much for your support. Again, it's mind-blowing hearing from people all over the world, seeing people sending in pictures and doing recipes that we come up with on a lark. It's really amazing hearing from pro brewers that you know, video work with Brewing TV and Chop and Brew is what gets them into pro brewing. It's just mind-blowing. Until the next official episode of Chop and Brew, chop for chop, brew for brew, do what you do, and I will too. Keep that beer cool, fool.